The opening week of the 2023 high school football season is over, but the big plays will live on forever.
You're watching the River Valley Report.
I'm Leland Barclay, and this is a River Valley Sports Report where we bring you the big sporting news from western Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma each and every week during the school year. The Van Buren Pointers opened rivalry week on Thursday with a 51-28 win over Alma in the 77th Battle of the Bone. Alma took the opening kickoff and marched down the field on Thursday night to take a 7-0 lead on Jackson Daly's 16-yard touchdown pass to Braden Polecat just 3 minutes and 41 seconds into the game. Van Buren, though, answered with 5 straight scoring drives, including a field goal and 4 touchdowns, for a commanding 30-7 lead at the half. Van Buren tied the game at 7-7 on Bryce Perkins' 24-yard touchdown pass to Peyton Pashear with 6:12 left in the opening quarter. Cameron Keller capped Van Buren's next scoring drive with a 3-yard touchdown run. Manning Dodson booted a 25-yard field goal on the third play of the second quarter, and Van Buren went up 24-7 on Perkins' 5-yard touchdown toss to 300-pound lineman Alex Wilburn, who was lined up as a tight end in the elephant package as Van Buren's student section went wild. Van Buren capped its first half scoring with a 68-yard touchdown pass to Pashear, who turned a quick pass into the long touchdown and an insurmountable halftime lead. One of Van Buren's first half highlights wasn't even a touchdown, but Trenton Cooley's 36-yard run after catching a Perkins pass was a highlight reel and set up the Pointers' third touchdown. This is what Van Buren head coach Mo Henry had to say following the win.
We came out and we gave up the touchdown early on the first drive, and but offense picked us up and came back and got us back even with a score. Then after that, we had a 2 or 3 series that the defense obviously gave it back to us, and we was able to keep it rolling in. I was proud of it. Obviously, a game like this, first game of the year, when you win the toss and you defer, which you love to be able to go out and get a stop, but when they score, they get all the momentum. So I think it was very crucial in the game for us to come back and answer like that. It's something that we've been preaching all year, and it's finished. I've talked to you before, and it's saying that we just got to be able to finish quarters, finish halves, and finish games, and it was just an opportunity for us to go in and know that we came to play a whole game and not be patting ourselves on the back at halftime, and that we need to come out and finish the half.
We also talked with emotional and victorious quarterback Bryce Perkins.
I think it's the most important thing for us to start our season like that. Started on the front foot forward, and just flipping the page and how we go about things under Coach Henry, what he's doing to establish. We're going to be a really good team for a long time. So I think this is just step one. Just to tie it up is big for our defense. They let them score first drive, but after that they were lights out. Just get their bearings about it. With the tie game, it's a lot easier for them to do. Give them something to play for a little bit easier. So it was big time for us. I mean, it makes my job so simple and so easy, especially with the O-line blocking like they are. You saw I threw the ball about 6 yards and they take it for 75. So it's just really simple out there, really easy, and I love what we're doing.
And of course, we did also manage to find the big star of the night, Alex Wilburn, who was celebrating with his family after the win.
I mean, it was a lot of fun practicing it and over the week. I was really surprised that he even threw me the ball in the game. I mean, I just wasn't expecting it. I mean, I was mostly in there for a blocking package, but there was that one play and coach called it. So, I mean, that was just a lot of fun.
So you knew it was going for you?
Yeah, I heard him call the play, and I was like, just don't drop the ball. Especially that early in the game. I thought maybe fourth quarter, just toss it up, but he hit me with it in the first quarter, and it was a lot of fun for sure.
Rivalry week wouldn't be complete without Northside and Southside, which played the 63rd Battle of Rogers Avenue on Friday night. The rivals changed leads 4 times and had 2 ties, but Southside scored last and ended a 7-year losing streak to the Grizzlies, winning 42-35 in the second highest scoring game series history. The potent 1-2 punch of Amari Tucker, who had 18 carries for 229 yards and touchdowns of 42, 1, 87, and 20 yards, and Isaac Gregory, who carried 19 times for 132 yards, combined to lead the Mavericks' ground game behind a forceful offensive line. Northside, behind junior quarterback McLean Moody, led 21-14 at the half with touchdown tosses to Isaac Wright and Cam Massey, and a touchdown run by Wright just before the half that was set up by a 30-yard pass from Moody to Massey. We talked with Southside head coach Kim Dameron after the win on Friday night.
Well, that's what it's all about. It's about these kids. This senior class is so special, it's unbelievable. When I got here, they were 9th graders, and they came here believing that we could get this thing going and get it turned and beat Northside. Right. I mean, that's number one. Right. You got to beat your crosstown rival or your program's not back. Right. So we did that tonight. They did that tonight, and I'm just so proud of them. And we got down at halftime, and the way their resilience was at halftime, they didn't flinch. They just came out, and we took the ball. Our offensive line took the ball, and our running backs, and we went down 2 drives in a row and stuck it in the end zone, and I'm not sure we threw a pass. So I can't say enough about just the competitive greatness of these kids and how they never gave up.
We also talked with Southside senior quarterback Carter Zimmerman, who had a 43-yard scoring run and hit George Harrell with a 70-yard touchdown pass for the game-winning touchdown with about 5 minutes left.
Oh, it's awesome. Best feeling in the world. I'm so excited. Man, coming into this had the worst butterflies, but as soon as that first snap happens, it's on. I got my helmet hit, so I really didn't see anything. I was kind of running with my chin strap on my eyes, but I ran hard and broke some tackles. So.
Southside pounded out 401 yards on 51 carries on Friday, and we also talked to Southside offensive lineman Kobe Branham.
Oh yeah, going into the half we could tell they were starting to wind down, and then we come out of half and we go score. And that long drive in the third quarter, that gassed them. And after that, we just ran the ball down the throat all game. We found out what was working, and we kept doing it.
What about your 2 running backs running behind you tonight?
They did wonderful, wonderful.
Southside running back Amari Tucker missed last year's Battle of Rogers Avenue when he suffered a season-ending knee injury while warming up about 30 minutes prior to last year's game. So after running for 229 yards and 4 touchdowns on Friday, he was pretty excited.
It was great. They got by easy last year, but not this year. I have 4 of them. I'm back, and I'm healthy. Let's go. I just got the ball. Great offensive lineman. I saw a hole, cut back, went straight down the field.
What all did you do to get back as far as rehabbing and to come back for this game?
Lots of physical therapy, being disciplined, just keeping motivated and not getting down on myself. I was on the machine for 7 hours of the day, and I'm here. Anyone can do it.
Prior to the game, the rivalry was put aside as Jim Roland presented the game ball. Roland was an assistant coach at Northside under Bill Stansel and was then the head coach at Southside and finally the athletic director for the Fort Smith Public Schools. So obviously he had a vested interest in both schools. Also on Thursday night, as part of rivalry week, in the biggest rivalry in the River Valley on the Oklahoma side of the Arkansas River, Roland outlasted Muldrow 21-14 in the Battle of 64. Ashton Peters scored his second touchdown of the game with 5:39 left on a 1-yard run that cracked a 14-14 tie. Friday was also the opening night for most of our teams in the River Valley, and there were a lot of other games. This week is also a huge week of games. If you were paying attention to the Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette 3 weeks ago, we covered the biggest games in the River Valley this season. 5 of those games are on Friday night, including Greenwood at Northside, Southside at Van Buren, Boonville at Ozark, Elkins at Charleston, and Hackett at Okla, Oklahoma, which could be one of the highest scoring games of the year. That brings us to the weekly segment, Gimme 5. These are the top 5 performances of the past week in the River Valley. Number 1, of course, we always start with the player of the week, Bryce Perkins, Van Buren's senior quarterback, who brought the Battle of the Bone trophy back to Van Buren. Number 2, it's always exciting when a senior quarterback can bring a rivalry trophy home, and that's exactly what Southside's Carter Zimmerman did on Friday. Zimmerman threw the game-winning 70-yard touchdown pass to George Harold, and earlier had a 43-yard touchdown run where he could barely even see as he ran into the end zone. Number 3, Greenwood quarterback Kane Archer threw 4 touchdown passes in the Bulldogs' season debut, and also his debut as the starting quarterback to help the Bulldogs post a 49-21 win over Stillwater, Oklahoma, the defending Oklahoma Class 6A Division II state champs. Number 4, the Mansfield Tigers scored the grand slam of touchdowns on Friday night in a 56-0 win over Magazine, with a special teams touchdown on an 80-yard punt return by Tyler Turnipseed, a defensive touchdown on a 52-yard fumble return by Matthew Burton, 2 passing touchdowns by Cole Kendall, and 4 rushing touchdowns, including 2 by Daniel Burton. This week, Mansfield hosts Paris. Number 5, the Hackett Lady Hornets volleyball team was undefeated in winning the Alma tournament for the 3rd year in a row, defeating Huntsville, Lavaca, Elkins, Thaden, and then Mansfield in the championship. Now, if you're not picking up the Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette each week, this is just a sample of what you've missed. Like last week's wrap-up of the Battle of Rogers Avenue, a wrap-up of the Battle of the Bone, and player profiles, which we run every week. The Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette is available all across the River Valley, including eastern Oklahoma at Walgreens, Harps, Come & Go, CVS Pharmacy, Casey's, and Walmart. You can subscribe online at rivervalleydemocratgazette.com/subscribe or by calling our customer service line at 479-684-5509. Be sure to follow the River Valley Democrat-Gazette Twitter accounts for news, as well as mine, Walter Woody's, and Harold McIlvain for updates on Friday night. You can view and purchase photos from our award-winning photographers that can be seen and purchased on our website, rivervalleydemocratgazette.com/photo. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to wrap up this week's River Valley Sports Report with photos by our own Hank Layton from the 2 biggest rivalries in the state, Northside at Southside and Alma at Van Buren, which are also available on the photo galleries for each game. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.